Just preparing.
Hello, everyone. How you doing today? Happy Wednesday. Deb and I haven't done a live in a while, so we are so excited today. We have a really great subject. Hi, Deb and I haven't done a live while, so we are so excited today. We have a really great subject. I think we're having a little bit of a delay today. I'm so sorry. Could you please be patient? Thank you.
Here, I think it's set. Okay. It's this weird delay that we keep getting, and it's something I got to figure out, but we got it. We got it.
Yeah. How you doing, Deb?
I'm doing great, Laura, and I am really excited about what we're going to talk about. Unfortunately, I know that you had like some situations happening and you experienced a lot of the topic that we're talking about just recently, and which promoted you to be put in the hospital, which was a tough thing. And so I just am thankful that you're able to share this with us and that you're doing better and you figured it out. And that made us say, ooh, we got to talk about this. So I'm going to
Right.
turn to you, Laura. So
Okay, we're going to talk about dehydrating, keep yourself hydrated. We'll talk a little bit about some stuff about that, and then I'll go into my story, and then we could talk about ways to prevent it and stuff like that. Staying hydrated is very, very important. Okay, with drinking water, it's like fuel to your body, and it helps your organs work correctly, regulates your temperature, and removes waste. And I could tell you all about that. Dehydration can lead to problems like fatigue, headaches, and even serious health issues. So drink enough water daily to stay healthy, to be your best. You know, I know I mean, Debbie's like wonderful with that. Me, I have to force myself and stuff. Sometimes I'd rather pick up that diet soda than drink the water. The first symptoms of that people have, and when they're dehydrated, is they feel thirsty and have a dry mouth. And I understand that your mouth gets so dry, it feels like you're sticking to your teeth. Have you ever had that happen to you, Debbie?
yeah.
Debbie? Yeah. So but the thing is, as you get older as adults, it happens more frequently, and it can really, really screw your body up. So, Deb, you want to talk a little bit more about dehydration?
Absolutely. And some of the crazy symptoms you would think that like they're different symptoms for different things, and it doesn't necessarily make you think, wait a minute, am I dehydrated? So some
Right.
of them because you could blame fatigue on, oh my gosh, I didn't get enough sleep, weakness, foggy thinking,
Yeah.
lightheadedness, sometimes even a headache. And so sometimes if I think like, okay, you have a headache, if you can get as much fluids into you, and if you have to, you can even get these little pouches. You can buy sports drinks, but they're loaded with sugar. Okay. But they have pouches, they have liquid IV. There's a lot of different things out on the market. So choose what's the right thing for you, but you can add it into your water and it'll help you. But the dehydration means is your body loses more fluids than you're taking in. And there's so many times you think, okay, I'm really doing what I should. I'm doing what I should. So Lori actually gave me this as a gift, which is like, I love this thing. So I fill it with 2 bottles of water and I try to drink it down really as much as I can and monitor what I'm doing. But I throw like cucumber and mint and lemon in there because it gives it a nice feeling, and it tastes good. Okay. But let me just go back to being dehydrated. If it's not treated and it gets worse, this is where Lori talked a couple seconds ago about how it can hurt your organs. Okay. Our whole body, it's fuel for our body. So when you're sick or you're in a place where you can't eat, they always say you can live on water, you can eliminate food for a while, but you need to be hydrated. Okay. So there's also things like feeling thirsty, dark and yellow, when you go to the bathroom, monitor it that way. Okay, not to be graphic, but when you go to the bathroom, it's very yellow, you need to drink some more fluids. Now, fluids don't mean drinking a soda pop. It doesn't mean drinking, okay, there's a kind of question. Coffee and teas have water in there, so that's going to help you, but don't look at just that. We were not brought up, right, Laura? We were not brought up on water. Like we weren't constantly
Well,
drinking.
not at all. We drink water out of hose.
Exactly. Okay. And so I think, and I mean, we drank a lot of milk though, and we drank juice. So those were Okay, and we got hydration and stuff, but it wasn't like now the studies and the things that they've actually researched, because by all these years of them doing studies, they've figured this out, you know. And so number one thing is, if you can get yourself hydrated and avoid doing something like taking any medication for the symptomatic thing that you're going through, you know, you could probably within a few, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes start to feel a whole lot better, you know.
Yes, you
So
can. You can. And there's a lot of medications that older adults take, diuretics and stuff like that. But even some of this weight loss stuff that Ozempic people are taking, that you have to drink a lot of water, and it states it on all that stuff. But I'm going to tell you guys about my story because I think it's really important. I experienced the whole thing. I was in Arizona visiting my mom, and it was the day before I was leaving. I got out of bed and I fell right to the ground. And I had my walker because I have it always around in case of an emergency. And I went to go get up, and my legs would not hold me. Well, as I kept getting up about 5 times, I would fall on different parts of my body. I fell a couple times on my face. I fell on my shoulder. I don't know where else I fell, but I hurt myself really bad. Well, Gary, my boyfriend, and my mom could not get me up, so they had to call an ambulance. So they took me to the ambulance to the hospital, and it turned out that I was dehydrated and my kidneys were shutting down. I was so close for them to put dialysis on me because that's how bad my kidneys were. And it was absolutely terrible. I couldn't figure out what I was doing. I was disoriented. It was terrible. So they pumped me in with a lot of fluids and did a lot of tests on me and everything on my kidneys. And I was able to at least come back home 3 days later. And that was good, but I still wasn't well. And I finally am getting through the process of going to the doctor, get urine tests and all that stuff. And in the long run, I have a UTI, which could be caused from the dehydration and everything with my kidney. And my kidneys are still not working completely right. And so now I have to go to what they call a nephrologist that deals with these kind of things. So I'm still on the road just because I was dehydrated. All these problems occurred. And I don't think this is the first time because I was looking back at records and my numbers were bad a lot of months before. So that means that I was being dehydrated, not to the point of what happened to me in Arizona, but to a point where I was damaging my kidneys. So with that, let's talk about like 10 different ways that hydration is important. So if you want to talk about any of that, you want to start off?
skip down to like where we're going to go through like the actual bullet points, because I think we covered some of the stuff over on the top
Yeah.
here. But sorry, if we're ever talking about a subject and you guys want to have a little bit more about the documents that we use, let us know because we've got it. Okay, it's really good. Okay, so one reason why hydration is important is it will improve your brain performance. And you guys all know, you hear me and Lori talking about brains. Okay, we talk about how important our brain is. Our brain is our computer hard drive. Okay, and we are just going to, if we don't treat our brain right, okay, we are definitely not going to be able to function. And so even mild dehydration, as much as like just 2% loss, can actually affect your memory. Okay, so how many times do you guys get say, oh my gosh, I can't think of it. I can't remember this. I can't this. I can't that. It's not an age factor sometimes. It's
Right.
I got to be honest with you, I didn't put that two and two together. I didn't know that until now. Your mood, your concentration, your reaction time, just by adding that extra water, drinking down. Have you ever experienced where you drank a glass of water, okay, and it doesn't have to be super cold, but when you go and you start to drink it, you could just feel it going down,
Yeah.
okay? Really feel, right, that's part of some dehydration going on because your body needs it because it just really needs it. And also cognitive and emotions. Okay, cognitive balance and stuff. And also, we bring this up all the time, and there's so many subjects we've talked about that can interact with this, is also anxiety. So people who have, not enough hydration, they can experience so many negative things, you know? So the next one, I'm going to turn to you, Lori. This is crazy because we talk about this all the time.
Oh, yeah, digestive harmony.
Oh my
You
God.
know that what if you drink water the way you're supposed to drink water, it will help with your digestive system. I mean, I take a lot of medication, and I don't mean to always use me as an example, but I'm just saying, and a lot of medications make me constipated, And so with Debbie and I always talk, drink water, because it really helps. It helps with gas, bloating, heartburn. And, the water helps everything get through. You have to kind of think about it as like a drain, okay? You put water down the drain to clear it out, all the stuff in your system. You drink soda or something that's acidy, and you drink that, it's going to cause you to have pains and stuff, and cause the reaction in your body to react more. So, make sure you're hydrated, because it's very, very important. Uh, you know what? Mineral water is especially beneficial, and it's the products enriched with sodium and magnesium. We read a lot about magnesium. We have to do a thing on magnesium,
No, yes, I agree.
because it's in a lot of the stuff that we look up and stuff. But we're going to hand this over to the queen of more energy.
No, well, let's just say this, okay? Dehydration for can slow down circulation and affect the flow of your oxygen to your brain. Okay, so again, what are we doing? We're going back to the brain, the brain, the brain, the brain. A lack of fluids can cause your heart to work harder. So, and to pump the oxygen throughout your body. So, if you're not getting the proper oxygen, when people have adverse reactions and they end up with terrible
Mhm.
situations, with strokes, so they end up with different things. It's the lack of oxygen to the brain. And so, why do we want to like not do what we should do, right? Why don't we want to pump it up and get as much flow going and give ourselves the best chance to feel the best that we can? Okay. It's all about being, like we talk about, the best version of ourselves. Okay. So, all of the expended energy that we do on a daily basis, whether it's just sitting here and we're moving around talking, or we're up and about, or we're working, can make you feel tired and sluggish and less focused. Well, when you pump that fluid in you, again, you can live on more fluids than and less food.
Right, right, exactly. And there's so many studies that have proven that. That's
That's
just, go ahead, Deb. I'm sorry.
what I was gonna say, like it's your to prevent the dehydration and ooh this, you got to prep yourself throughout the day and be organized.
Right,
Okay, everything readily available, right, Laura? I mean, come on, it's
yeah,
crazy.
right. Well, I just think that the water is a priority. Here we're going to talk about weight loss and weight management. Oh, bingo. That is so true. That if you drink water before you eat, you fill yourself up better, and you eat less. And again, it all is the same thing. Your digestive and what you're going to be eating, and how the food is going to stay in your system. Water is the great thing for weight management. That's why they tell you to drink 8 glasses of water, like if you go on Weight Watchers or any of those diet things. It's very important, because it really does help you lose weight. Also, when you're dieting and everything, and I'm just going by my examples, is it's flushing out all the fat and all the bad things in your system. And that helps with your weight management and stuff. So, I'm going to go on to the next one, Debbie, and that's decreased joint pain. There's studies out there, what do you think is one of the number one things that they sell at the store? It's pain reliever. And so a lot of these pains could be fixed with just drinking water. Have you ever experienced that, Deb? Or
Yeah,
any?
here's the thing, Laura, you just nailed it. When you talk about pain reliever, okay, there's so many adverse reactions that so like why would you want to take it if you don't have to? Okay, I agree. I know there's times that people have when you do, so don't do it when you don't really have to. But yeah, I agree, Laura. Totally.
I mean, you
Totally.
have to think about it as, again, I have to think about it. It's like I'm washing my system with the water. It's cleaning my system out. And it's like washing the dishes, but you're drinking water and it's cleansing you and stuff. Yeah, better temperature regulations. I didn't know too much about that, but it just says if you're overheated, I guess when you're playing sports, the water calms you down and gets your body temperature down. And then
Yep,
it's critical.
critical. And you know what? I'll tell you what my thing is. I do it all the time, you guys. I have a cooler in the car with water.
Yeah.
Okay. Going to a sporting event, if we're even going somewhere, because why would you want to buy water out
Yeah,
somewhere?
it's so expensive. Mhm.
Fill the bottle. I love this one that Lori got me.
Yeah,
It the store, all occasions. We love the store.
yeah,
And honestly, that for me works because it stays cold. But we do that. We'll have a cooler in the car, and
yeah.
you keep
It's a great thing, and it says here you have to cool your body off so that prevent yourself from heat stroke. Oh my God, I remember being out in the sun, especially my son's sports events, and just being out there heated up. How about the football players when they're practicing in August when it's so hot and you got to wear those helmets and everything?
oh my
They
God.
definitely drink water. That's why the coaches have them bring a bottle of water.
Let me just tell you something I learned this year because Mariano played last year,
Yeah,
and it was, we take wet cloths, and put it in the cooler, and like don't put it ice cold on the back of their neck, but do it like when you can. But their coaches said before you come to practice, 30 minutes before you come to practice, down a whole bottle of water. And he
oh,
said,
good.
and I mean, talk about, I never knew that. That was the first time I
Yeah,
ever heard. I thought that was great.
yeah, no, I think that's wonderful, and it brings us now to kidney stone prevention. Oh, that's another thing I have all the time. And that's because what happens is your acid in your body forms into a stone. And so some people have them lodged into their kidneys, which I do, or some of them have them where they actually go down in their tube. And men and women both have said it's the worst experience ever. So by drinking water, it actually breaks down that acid so that the stones do not get formed. And then, um, have you ever had a kidney stone?
I haven't, my husband has, but I read this and that they say, and you would think the acid wouldn't be good, but for whatever reason it is, they say to drink lemon water. So
Yeah,
by for whatever reason what it does. But no, it's people say that it hurts worse than having a baby. Okay, so
yeah,
we all that thing.
yeah, right. Do you want to
How about
talk about the heart, Deb?
your heart, right? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Your blood, guys, is made largely of water.
yeah,
Okay. Our blood flow is huge in our body. You want your blood flow flowing, you want it working for you, you want all your blood cells that are supposed to be doing their job to be doing them, okay? And when you don't drink enough of that water, they become concentrated. Think about tomato sauce and tomato paste, okay? I mean,
yeah,
think about
yeah, exactly. That was another thing they said in the hospital too, that, doing what happened to me, um, also could have affected my heart. So
it.
my heart's good. So I'm glad about that. So yeah, I mean, it is just amazing. It's just amazing, you know, improved detoxification, and having fewer headaches. Did you know that Debbie, drinking the water helps with fewer headaches?
Yeah, because there's something about like people who have migraines, okay? And people who have migraines needs to really be very concentrated on being have enough fluid because it's when the brain will contract away from the skull, okay?
Yeah,
And then fluid loss, okay? And so, I mean, here's the thing. Let's just go back to just for a few seconds. 5 tips, right? Real fast, we'll go through. 8 glasses of water, guys, a day. 8 glasses of water, right? If you feel thirsty, drink. Don't like wait. Don't be like, oh, I already drank a glass.
yeah,
No, focus on that. Okay. Um, focus on hydration strategy. and don't be drinking those high caloric beverages, okay?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Crazy. Next one. Two more we got here, Laura. Do you want to cover those?
I think we have I'm not sure if is it focus your hydration strategy. No,
Uh yes, it's under, yeah, like the next one is the 5 tips how to stay hydrated. I did those,
yeah,
and then
it's the top of that page, so that's all
oh,
right. Is it focus your hydration strategy? Or no, is it when you feel thirsty, drink?
yeah, when you feel thirsty, drink, right, and then underneath, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
focus. I'm sorry, guys. I printed this stuff up. I missed the page.
Okay.
Here, focus your hydration strategy on water or low calorie beverages like sparkling water, plain coffee, tea, or flavored water. Okay. Carry a large reusable water bottle with your throughout the day, like Debbie does, and fill it as needed in clean drinking water. Like I said, I'm just gonna put a little tidbit for my daughter-in-law in their store. What I got Debbie is this bottle, and it's like a thermos type thing. And what's so cool about I think it's called a swig. And I got her the case too to keep it cool. Go on occasions.com and see what Allie had. Oh my gosh, she's got so many different styles. I'm putting a plug in for her. But what's called, yeah, focus on it. And that's what it, Debbie, you could do the last one.
Well, actually, I think we did. Didn't we get through it all?
Yeah,
I got,
I think we did. And
yeah.
so,
Here's the thing, guys. Listen to your body. Don't get to the point though where you're past the point of no return. Do what you got to do on a regular basis for maintaining a healthy lifestyle and doing that and getting in all your water. It's so important.
yeah,
And, and I don't know what it's like in your area, but where Lori and I are today in Chicagoland, it is gorgeous
it's
outside.
beautiful outside. We had a really nice winter. What I
We
just want to say too is I was so scared in the hospital when they told me my kidneys were shutting down because that's my biggest fear to ever have to go through dialysis. And I was scared and I felt so bad. And I'm going to be honest with you, I felt like I was going to die. I remember telling Gary that I feel so bad. I think I'm going to die. But I can't believe from not drinking enough water. I had gone through, I had a flu before I went on vacation and influenza A. And I think that caused the start of it. And not knowing that that's what was going to do it to me. And the
Yeah.
thing is, drinking water would have prevented everything.
Yeah.
And we had to stay 3 extra days, and it cost us over $1,000 more to get back and all kinds of stuff. But it is what it is. I hate to see what the hospital bill is, but that's it. Deb, you want to close us out? And
Sure, I was just gonna say, you know what, with all that we've been said and all that we're doing here, guys, we just appreciate all your support, like going ahead and like, referring us, and everybody knows that this is just a private group, so that like
right,
and we have to accept them, and it makes it kind of cool, and we always appreciate all your feedback and everything, and we're always looking for people to interview, and we're always looking for topics. Okay, we've got ones that we have, but if somebody filters in something else to us, we'll sneak it in. Okay, because we
yeah, we love that. Absolutely love that.
love to variate it and stuff. And so, anyways, with all that, I just want to say, hey, have a wonderful day. And Laura, do you want to do our normal thing?
Oh yeah, I'm Lori, and have a great day.
I'm Debbie.
And we're friends helping friends. Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.